The Leader of the Opposition.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Prime Minister. Last night in Senate estimates, it was revealed that the government has already ordered 1,800 kilometres worth of copper to make its second-rate NBN work. That's almost enough copper to run between here and Alice Springs. Prime Minister, how much more copper will you need to make your second-rate version of the NBN work, and why is the government investing in 20th century copper when Australia really needs a 21st century national broadband network?
Members on my right, the Treasurer, the Leader of the House, the Prime Minister has the call.
Mr Speaker, bipartisanship really is in the air. I can't thank the Leader of the Opposition enough for that question. And, you know, I have to say, Mr Speaker,
Member for
2
Wakefield.
years as the Communications Minister, I got, I think, 2 or maybe 3 questions, and now I had to become Prime Minister to get a question on the NBN from the Labor Party. It's fantastic. Now, let me answer his question. I will treat it as what it should be, a polite request for information. The design of the fibre to the node network does require some new copper to connect the nodes to the existing pillars, and that is simply part of the architecture. The NBN has ordered additional copper, but I have to say that so far the existing copper network between the nodes to customers' houses has not required anything like the level of remediation that had been assumed. Now, it's early days, but it may be that rumours of the terrible state of the Telstra copper network have been a little bit exaggerated, but time will tell. The simple fact of the matter is this. Had we continued with the Labor Party's approach to the NBN, the project would have taken another $30 billion more and taken 6 to 8 years longer. Now, that is a fact. Now, I know the opposition love to live in Conrovia. They love to live in Conrovia. This project has been carefully restructured. It is under capable management. It has been carefully examined by the management. The reality is that the Labor Party, at the time they set this project up, and right up until earlier this year, even then, the company did not know how much it was costing to do its work. Every figure that came out of that business was questionable. At the time of the election, so out of control was this company, so out of control was the Labor government. At the time of the election, they thought it was costing $2,200 in capital costs to connect premises with fibre. In reality, then and now, the direct capital costs are about $3,700. They didn't even know what it was costing. And I hear honourable members shouting out.
Prime Minister resume his seat. The member, members on my right, the member for Gippsland. The Leader of the House will cease interjecting, as will the Minister for Agriculture. The member for Gippsland will cease interjecting. The member for Grainler on a point of order.
Yes, it was a very specific question.
What's the point of order?
Yeah, on relevance. The question was about why copper instead of fibre. I know it's back to the future
member for
day.
Grainler will resume his seat. Member for Grainler doesn't have the call. The Prime Minister.
I think, even though there was a brief interregnum, as I mentioned earlier, when the honourable member was the Minister for Communications, he is still, at least in telecommunications matter, very much a Conrovian. The simple fact of the matter is this. If Labor were to win the next election, Australians who are waiting for good broadband now would have to wait up to 8 years longer. Labor's policy is more money and more waiting.
The Prime Minister's time has expired.